What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're picking right where we left off with this A90 Supra, getting this Street Hunter kit installed and getting ready to send it right back to Hawaii. Let's get into today's video. So anyways, we have this side ready to get cut up, ready to get swole, ready to get that BBL. And we have a brand new authentic Street Hunter number 69. Nice. Get cut up, ready to get that full BBL transformation. This thing's gonna be wider than wide. Let's get to it. How you know, Kev?
I'm already working on wood. I thought we were still recording.
So, it looks like you're making some brackets here, Kev, right? To get this thing kind of mocked up, right?
Yeah.
Heavy duty?
Couple cuts and bends here and there.
Are you making weapons or are you making brackets?
Both. Both.
It's like a prison ship.
Yeah. So before we adjust any of our gaps, body lines, we have to make sure that the kit's not moving anywhere. So we are making sure it's tight and secure and nothing is going to happen. So therefore we are putting our own touch and making some brackets for the bottom underneath of the car and for the rear quarter panels as well. Side skirt portion. But we are big advancement from when you saw last the car. We haven't really been recording much, but just to keep an update, we went ahead and did the vertical doors because the fitment changed a bit on these fenders. So now that we have everything mounted up properly and we know it's not going to change, we're going to set it in place and then do bodywork according to that.
Let's give you guys a rundown. You guys have seen us install many Street Hunter kits on the Supra. If you haven't, I'm going to link them at the end of this video. But we've done the whole process, right? What we never really have done is install a Street Hunter kit with Lamborghini doors, which this car already has. But that presents us with a new problem because you know, usually don't have a wide body car with Lamborghini doors. And what happens is there's issues when you're opening the doors. So we're gonna have to modify this kit to give us no issues. Kevin, is that fun? Is that a fun time?
So when the door goes up like this.
How? Okay.
Así.
Hold on, scientific views real quick, okay.
Cuando la puerta se levanta así.
Okay.
Así.
Okay. Now the kit has been fully body worked. What that entails is blocking all the kit, you know, and straightening out the fiberglass as much as possible, skim coating it, and then blocking that so everything is nice and smooth, not wavy. And then we follow that with primer. The whole kit has been rib nutted, and on the bumpers we use nut certs because it's plastic, so it needs to be a little bit more flexible. The next thing that we really have to do to really complete the kit is to panel bond on the bumper sensors on the front and rear and start the blocking process, which we already have on the other side. So now that the kit has been fully primered, we guide coat it and we block it out to make sure that everything is perfect, right? There's no waves, nothing like that. Sometimes you'll get little stuff like this, which we usually call pinholes, which would be from like the Bondo, the primer, fiberglass, stuff like that. Usually it's from the Bondo. And so we have to come back behind that with little putty, wet sand it. Sometimes we put a little bit of primer, sometimes the sealer will cover it. We also make brackets on the side skirts and the fender to make sure that this is matched up. And a couple things that we will have to do is panel bond the hood so it's not open-ended like this. So there's still a little bit of work to do to get it 100% ready, but I feel like this week we should have it mostly wrapped up, getting into paint, getting everything seam sealed. Once everything is a paint, everything can dry over the weekend. We can mock it up on the car after it's been fully detailed, and then start or just washed, right? We will do our full detail before it leaves, but then we'll be able to wet sand the kit, and then from there this thing could get ready for detail and shipping back to Hawaii. All right, so we got the kit ready for the last round of primer. Some of the areas that we did have some minor breakthroughs, like right here into some of the Bondo and right there as well. But other than that, the kit is 100% fitted to perfection all the way throughout. We have also transferred the sensors for the front bumper, and again, just making sure everything is where it needs to be sitting. As to all the reference points on the kit, everything looks really good. We're doing our final test fitment, little bit of primer, and then wet sanding tomorrow for paints. But we got this whole kit sitting perfectly. It's looking really good. Now we're ready for our final push, the paints. All right, so here are some of the last pieces that need to get prepped out. We already have them in guide coated, and this is what it kind of looks like when it's all done. The car, we're gonna get washed again so we can go ahead and test the color. Alex is over here getting some of it prepped out over here. We have more parts getting this kind of here. And we have a bunch more parts over here ready. Now this is pretty much our final finish. Everything is real nice, real prepped. Left in 600. We have a bunch of parts getting prepped out right now. And tonight we're gonna seal everything, and tomorrow we're painting the full kit.
All right, guys, so all the guys put in a lot of work getting these pieces all ready and prepped out. Kevin did an amazing job on the bodywork. So everything's ready, tack free, and Richard's about to lay that sealer. Alright guys, so Richard killed it. He went ahead and shot the sealer. This gives us an idea of how the paint and everything's gonna look. I mean, Richard just lays this thing so wet that it looks like it's super smooth, not even textured. But that gives us a good idea if there's any other little flaws or anything like that that we catch before we start shooting our base. But everything looks really, really good. The guys took their time to make sure everything's good. So we'll let them dry tonight and then look them over tomorrow with the fine comb tooth. He also made some color chips. So each color, obviously we use water base for this one, and we use the prime color. So obviously gives us a formula. We shoot it and then we put it up to the car and see how it looks. We had to tone it because it tended to be a little bit, if it makes any sense, bluer. So we had to tone it a little bit to match a little bit better. So I don't know if you guys can see the two differences. It's slight, but toned is gonna be, the tone color is gonna be a lot better match to the car, because obviously we're not gonna be painting the whole car because it's already that color. So Richard got it toned. He got the color mixed up tonight. So I think we're done for the night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow when we get these things shot.
The next day.
Good morning, guys, and finally everything has been painted for the A90 wide body kit. The Street Hunter kit has been painted. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, guys, the kit came out amazing. This color is actually the first time we shot this color on an A90. Just this color in general, period. It's very nice. It looks like it's it. We spent probably about 6 hours toning this color, even with the factory color code. Also because this car is clear broad, so just toning it was a little bit of a pain, but I believe that we got the perfect match. We shall see once we put this thing up against the kit, against the car. But it looks great. Everybody involved, Kevin doing all the install and body work, all the prep guys, Alex, G, Abraham, and also Richard coming through and laying that glass. It came out amazing. Even Jose helping him get all that stuff and sealer. The whole team absolutely killed it. We'll let this dry. Today is Thursday. We're gonna let it dry today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We will go ahead and throw this on the car and do our kind of mock-up so we can go ahead and wet sand and polish everything. So this thing just looks immaculate, you know. We're trying to leave this, we're trying to make this one of the best installs we've ever done, because this gentleman, shipped his car from Hawaii, guys, Hawaii. So there's no room for error. We can't just say bring it back, right? This thing has to leave flawlessly. We have about 2 weeks before it needs to get out of here. So time is ticking. All right, guys, so we got a couple days before the Supra needs to be fully done, and we're almost there, but not quite. Let's go see what we got going on.
Okay, guys, one key piece to the Lamborghini vertical door kit that we received to install. In order to make the windshield wiper reservoir functional and still be utilized in your factory setup for this car, you need to cut it. Now, another option would be buying an aftermarket one, which is smaller, but we make work with what we have. So after trimming some panel bond and a nice coat of trim black, gloss black, I think, we have more than enough clearance for this to swing open and close.
All right, guys. T-minus 3 days for this Supra gotta be in Hawaii. So we're gonna start with wet sanding the kits. Now keep in mind, this, I'm not gonna brag, but I might have to brag a little bit on the boys. Kev with the immaculate bodywork, all the prep guys here, Richard laying down that glass. But we're gonna take it a step further and we're gonna go ahead and wet sand the whole kit, give it a polish. So this kit's gonna be so slick that whatever insect on that island lands on this thing, it's just gonna speed off, like it's gonna fall, it's gonna slide, because it's gonna be so slick. This thing is gonna come out immaculate. It looks amazing so far. but home stretch. Let's get this thing wrapped up. Alright guys, so this is with just initial cuts. We're using the Rufus white wool. And this is just with the first initial cut. It's looking really good. We're still going to do a polish and a glaze coating on this. Right now we are assembling back the fenders so we can get ready for some custom fender liners. The boys are doing really good, and within a couple days this thing should be ready on the trailer so we can deliver this thing back up to Long Beach and get it sent out to Hawaii. Alright guys, and this is what our final finish is looking like after the initial cuts. We still have the polish and the glaze coat, but I mean, you guys can see pure clarity and reflection. That's exactly what we're doing. How about that fucking color match? Like, that color match is spot on. The guys are doing an amazing job. We're almost there. Just finishing off a couple more things and we should be good to go. Alright, SOS fam, so for the most part, the 15th, I don't even know what number Street Hunter this is at this point, but the 16, this is serial number 69 Street Hunter Widebody Kit Supra is finished up for the most part. Let's take a quick look at it. Alright, so first of all, I want to give credit where credit is due. Russo, he was the lead guy on this Street Hunter serial number 69. And this was actually the first time that he took one of these from start to finish. We have other techs here that have also helped us complete these kits, but Russo really took initiative on this kit to see it through all the way through, and it looks amazing. Also, big shout out to the prep team here at SOS Customs. The prep looks impeccable. Every single panel looks amazing. This is fiberglass, keep that in mind. This is not, you know, ABS plastic, this is not metal, this is fiberglass. So fiberglass is always wavy, it's always porous, and the finish on every single one of these pieces looks amazing. Also, huge shout out to Richard. The color match on this particular color, which was a first here at SOS Customs, is impeccable. It is spot on, and that's very hard to do when you're matching fiberglass pieces with metal and, you know, old versus new. It looks amazing. And the polish and detail team, leaded by Tweezy Ethan, he did an amazing job. Everything, the whole team really knocked it out of the park, and this thing looks amazing. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of close-ups right now, and then we're gonna finish it up with Kevin, talking about some of the challenges that presented when working on this car, and then we're gonna load this thing up and head to LA. But as you guys can see, man, wow, look at this finish. I mean, this thing is so slick. It looks like we just threw baby oil on this thing. Look at this thing. No imperfections. No, I mean, it is just glass. Very happy with the team. We also clear coated his Street Hunter wing, which was just in a factory resin, so that's gonna help protect it for the years to come as well. On top of obviously installing the wide body kit, we also made custom fender liner extensions all the way through. which is very small but very tedious thing that we do here to make sure everything is sealed up and give it a more factory-like finish. Now, obviously, this thing's gonna need some bags, it's gonna need some wheels, but for the most part, it's done. Street Hunter 69 is all ready to go back to Hawaii. Hey, Tuan,
Yes.
this thing came out impeccable. Great job, man.
Thank you.
This thing's ready for Hawaii. Got any words for the clients?
Send us some pineapples
There you go.
and coconuts.
Coconuts. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Russo, another one down. You know, I remember like it was yesterday that we were in LA picking this thing up.
Oh, I know.
Here we are on the eve when this thing needs to go home. You know, you've worked here for how long now?
4 years actually.
4 years.
The
So
beginning of this month completed 4 years being here.
4 years. So
I've lost track of the amount of cars that we've worked on in that time.
now it was funny how Russo came here. Initially, he came here
2018.
2018 on a trial run basis.
You guys were out at SEMA. No, yeah, it was SEMA time. Saul was on maternity leave. This was when for Tino actually.
I think so.
Yeah,
Something like that.
well, a while ago.
But I think we initially gave you a trial run, and then we said we'll call you back. I don't think
That didn't happen.
We don't think we called you back, but I don't know if in some way God works in mysterious ways. You ended up back here.
I feel like it was
mean,
meant to be.
Yeah, doing some of the craziest work that anybody's ever seen, right? And you've built. I know you've been a part of many of the Street Hunter builds that we have done here, and any other wide body kits that we've done here. But this is your first that you've done from start to finish. If anybody's attempting to do this at home, what would you recommend?
First off, don't be afraid to ask questions from somebody else that has done the kit before. It will help you, save you time, and avoid any issues during installs. That was one good lesson that I learned. So always follow up on your peers, because there's going to be somebody that's done it 10 times more than you have, and it would be a good initiative for any project. So ask questions, try to see if there's any other references. But for me, this being the first one from start to finish, I've had good examples from other people here at SOS, which led me to have an initial starting point. But overall, it was a pretty good experience. Street Hunter quality has gone a lot better. Very minimal body work to the kit. And as you can see, we have some really outstanding results. But first time doing it on my own, in a sense, came out pretty good. Not too bad. Number 69.
All right, guys, and here is the final product, all said and done. Wow, this color is probably one of my new favorites. It looks great. Now the Lamborghini doors with this wide body were definitely a challenge, but with the right set of wheels, this thing is gonna look amazing. Great install by the whole team. This is one that's really cool because it's ready to get shipped back to Hawaii. And it's so cool, man, just to see this thing all done. We should be loading this thing on the trailer and getting it ready to go soon. Alright guys, so Supra's all packed up. We've driven up from Long Beach, and now here we are ready to drop off the Supra at the port of Long Beach. Now it's kind of funny because it's raining again. We picked this thing up in the rain, and now we're dropping this thing off in the rain. So I did not come prepared. Did not say it was gonna rain today, but it is raining. So good luck to us trying to get this thing out and stay somewhat dry. But we're literally back where we picked this thing up, and it's time to unload this thing, get it ready for its farewell, and then find something to eat. Kevin,
Yes.
it's time to unload this thing. You have any words?
Let's get wet, baby.
All right, guys, it's bittersweet. Car's off to Hawaii. It's doing last minute walk around. So much for our detail that we just did yesterday, but the car looks great. We'll hope to see this thing in Hawaii with the new set of wheels and, you know, ripping up the streets out there, man. But wow, this is definitely a first, sending the car back to Hawaii. Good job, Russo. Only right to have you see it here at home. And now it's time for us to head home, but first we gotta stop somewhere and get some food. All right, Russo, I think this is
food reviews again? Oh man,
you got the dorados again?
second time around.
Yeah, I just had to come here.
Uncle style straight tacos.
Yeah.
Straight to the kitchen.
Yeah, I got the same thing. I got two, but then I got a little tostada here. I want you there again, but I'm not gonna, you know, overbear it with more hot sauce.
Saturated with that spicy stuff. They don't play.
Yeah, let's enjoy. Guys, and that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to give a huge shout out to our client that shipped that car all the way from Hawaii to SOS Customs, man. That's huge. That's major. It's crazy to believe that, right? So huge shout out. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe and notification, because just in just a couple days we have a full video on this car that you guys are gonna definitely want to see. And also go ahead and follow us on IG. I'm gonna go ahead and drop our links right here so you guys can see the daily updates. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Here at SOS Customs, we got you covered. Peace.